All right, Coach, talking about a walk-off win for you guys, your second in as many games. So let's just start with kind of the atmosphere of the night. You guys were able to come back, get the victory, and to start off, let's talk about your starting pitcher, Anthony Birk.
Absolutely. I think that's where you need to start with. Anthony, pitching on short rest this week. Went out there and he didn't have his best stuff. He didn't have his best location, but he competed and he competed. And he was mad at me when I took him out after the seventh, but his pitch count was at 100, and he was really laboring and he was giving everything he had, and I didn't want to manage with my heart, so I feel like I made the right decision. Obviously, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to work out in the eighth inning, but he did everything he could to give our team a chance to win, and he comes out and we have the lead. So I couldn't be more proud of what Anthony Birk has done, for our team, in his 2 years that he's been here.
And you mentioned it not going the way you wanted in the eighth inning, but what about Gunner's ability to kind of recover after the two-run home run, came back, got the next three guys out, kind of had a similar slip-up in the ninth, and again was able to recover and get out of that. How big was that for you guys down the stretch?
Well, it's huge because, all right, he gives up, the two-run home run, and they go up by one, and then to have some, I call it damage control, and he eliminates it and stops it right there and gets us back in the dugout and gives us a chance to keep playing right there. And the same thing happened in the ninth. He kept the score right where it needed to be. That was a huge strikeout of Bonilla right there, in the top of the ninth to keep the score where it was. And, it gave us our chance, So that was really important for him to be able to manage what had already happened and to keep the score at the same.
Roberto early on kind of setting some tempo with obviously the leadoff triple, then got a double in his next at-bat, and then had the huge walk, of course, in the ninth as well. You kind of been talking about him his whole career this way, but can you talk about the seniors' leadership there in those plate appearances?
Oh, I mean, Roberto is a phenomenal player. He shows up to play every day like some guys I've never seen before. I mean, on game day, he really locks it in. His focus is very strong. He's ultra competitive. I'm glad he plays on our team. And I couldn't be happier for him. He barreled two balls upright to start the game up. I mean, just smoked them. And it really set the tone because, the guy that they're throwing has had a tremendous amount of success this year. And, for us to be able to come out, and Roberto especially, and square him up early, it kind of like it sent a little message. And it sent a message to our team also, not just to their team, but to our team that, hey, we can do this. And, he leads us, on the field, off the field, through how he works at practice, to his success that he has. So, I mean, it's, Roberto Rivera will be sorely missed, when his time is up here at UNC Pembroke.
Trey Jacobs now riding a 15-game hitting streak. He comes up with home runs now in back-to-back games as well. What have you seen from him of late, especially in this kind of 15-game stretch through his plate appearances and things that allowed him to have success?
Well, it was really nice in his, the at-bat that he hit the home run. They gave him a show-me fastball off the plate, and then they came back with a changeup. He was a little bit out in front of it, but he got the barrel to it, got it up in the air. The wind helped him a little bit, with the way it was blowing out tonight, and he did enough. And then he got another hit, in the gap that he stretched it into a double. He had a long single. He really busted it hard coming out of the box, and got us right in a position right there. And that's what I wanted to see. Is guys hustling out of the box and forcing the issue a little bit, running the bases, and I think that's made a difference for us.
And the last thing, Coach, when we look at the last at-bat of the game, Conor Granger coming up with the game winner for you guys. What did you see in that approach at the plate, and how big was that for you guys to have a freshman deliver in that spot?
Well, I mean, Conor earlier in the game didn't come through. He came up in a similar situation, and he struck out. And this time he got up there, and he tried to get it done early. And he got on top of the baseball, and it found a hole. The main objective was to get the run in from third, and we were fortunate enough that it got, through the mound and through the middle of the field and allowed us, a chance to walk them off.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the victory. We're looking forward to Game 2 tomorrow night here in Pembroke.
I think it'll be an outstanding game tomorrow. Thanks for having me.